Welcome back, Mindful Warriors. My name is Ryan Morgan, and I'm here to help you open your awareness. Today, I'm going to be covering a couple of my favorite activities that I've learned over the years, why I do them, what kind of situations I break them out in, and how they can help transform your lives. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, give this video a share, comment down below if you have any questions or feedback, and without further ado, let's jump into the actual video. So, the first activity I want to talk about is one that involves the beginner's mind. So, the beginner's mind is when you approach a situation without any preconceptions of how the situation is going to go. And the activity that I've recently used this for was actually drinking a cup of black coffee. I woke up this morning, I didn't have any energy drinks in the house, I really love my caffeine. I had some coffee, but I didn't have any creamer or sugar, and so I didn't really have any option but to drink it black if I really wanted coffee. But I don't really like black coffee. If we're being completely honest, I think it's bitter, I think it's gross. But that doesn't mean I can't find a way to drink it and enjoy it, and that's where beginner's mind comes in. So, when I am about to drink or eat something that I don't necessarily enjoy doing, I approach it with an open mind instead of my preconceived notion of how much I dislike black coffee. So, when I poured this cup of black coffee this morning, I sat down, I took some deep breaths, and I started to think about how I was curious how the coffee was going to taste. I was interested. I was approaching it like it was an alien beverage that I'd never had before. Even though I've obviously had black coffee before, I made sure to approach this specific cup of black coffee like it was unlike any other cup of black coffee I'd ever had. And when I took that first drink, I didn't just rush to swallow it. I swished it around my mouth a little bit like I was taste testing, just really curious and interested with how is this coffee going to taste. And it's funny because I would describe it still as bitter. I'd still describe it the same ways I described it before, but all of a sudden this bitter wasn't like this nasty bitter. It was like this interesting variation, like it was enjoyable. And I was able to drink both that cup of coffee as well as the next cup of coffee while actually thoroughly enjoying the cup of coffee, even though that's something I normally hate. I've used this exercise to try foods that I previously disliked. I'm not a big fan of onions, but there have been times in the past, fairly recently, where I've been able to approach these dishes with this mindful attitude and this beginner's mind and this curiosity and this interest in the dish, and I've been able to thoroughly enjoy these dishes that I previously hated. So the other activity I want to talk about is one that's got a punny name, and it's called Raisin Your Consciousness. So this activity is one that I strongly advise anybody and everybody out there to do. You go out, you buy a small pack of raisins from the grocery store. You come on home or wherever you want to do this. It's fun to do this activity in groups, actually. That's one of the last places I did this was at work with a couple coworkers. And you each take out a raisin, and instead of just eating the raisin, you spend 5 minutes looking this raisin up and down, every nook and cranny. You just keep it in your hand, turning it over, analyzing the raisin with interest. You give this raisin basically your full attention for 5 minutes. Set a timer, and just by the time you're done, you should have noticed every bit of colorization that's different, every little indent, every little wrinkle, everything about this particular raisin. And then when you're done with the 5 minutes, you take the time to mindfully eat the raisin. So you put it in your mouth, you take your sweet time chewing it, and what you're going to notice when you're eating this raisin is that this raisin is the best damn raisin you have ever eaten. And you might be thinking I'm crazy now, but just try it. Trust me, it will be the best raisin you've ever eaten. It'll be sweet. Raisins are normally a little bit bitter. This particular raisin that you've put this 5 minutes of attention into is going to be the sweetest raisin you've ever had. And I can't say exactly why this happens, but I can try to guess. And to me, it's because you've given this raisin love and attention. The purest form of love is attention. Just to give you some background of where in my life I really came into that concept, I used to be on my phone 24/7. I got a little puppy. My puppy is and was absolutely adorable. But every time I would try and just pet him while I was mindlessly scrolling through Facebook, trying to talk to people, and I'd just have phone in one hand trying to pet him, not really paying him any attention, he would move away from the hand that was petting him and knock the phone out of my other hand. And this annoyed me at first, but after a while it hit me that yeah, I was giving him love, but I really wasn't, because in order to give someone love, you have to give them your attention. And just like the raisin, when we sit there and give the raisin attention, and that's how it transformed the raisin. When you give somebody your full attention, aka you're not sitting on your smartphone, they can really feel the difference between I love you, aka I'm paying all this attention to my phone, really showing that I love my phone and I love my social media, not you. And when you truly do love them and you are giving them that full attention and you're not distracted by everything else that you love. I hope this video was helpful for you. I really hope at least some of you guys go out and try that raisin activity. When I first did it, it completely blew my mind. I couldn't even believe it, and honestly, I hope more people can begin raising their consciousness. Have a good one, and peace.